Morning, AJ. Good morning, Yesenia.
Good morning.
Morning, Aaron. So I'm sharing my screen for a warm up, so you can try that warm up. This is on loans, and then we'll share shirts in just a couple minutes when more people arrive. So if you get an answer, you can send it to me privately. Hi, Olivia. We're working on this warm up while we're waiting for everyone. Aaron, that is correct. Good morning, Malachi and Ashley. Work on this warm up and then you can send me your answer when you get it. And then we'll share our shirts and keep going with loans. Aaron and AJ, part B is right for both of you. Good job. Olivia, yay, part A is correct. And Aaron, good job on part C. Good morning, Valerie. Try this warm up and send me your answers when you're ready, and then we'll talk t-shirts and other things. Good morning, Angelina. Try that warm up that's on the screen and send me your answer when you're done, and then we'll talk t-shirts in a minute. AJ, good job. Yesenia, perfect. Good job, Olivia. Good job, Aaron. Good job, Olivia. Good job, Ashley. That's part A. All right, so it's 9:10, so I want to go over this. If you didn't have a chance to finish it, it's okay. You can always review the slides later. So you want to buy a $225,000 home. You plan to pay 10% as down payment. Good job, Malachi. And take out a loan for the rest. You get a 4% interest rate. Now, the part I want to go over with some of you is the part that you might forget. When it says, how much is the loan going to be? That means take that 10% off, right? So you have to find 10% of $225,000, right? And then you subtract that amount from the $225,000. That's the part that a lot of people forget when they're taking the test. They're like, wait, what am I supposed to do with that down payment? So that's 22,500. So you take 22,000, sorry, $225,000 minus 22,500, and you get that your loan would be $202,500. Then you can plug it into the TVM. Now, did you notice the difference between a 30-year payment and a 15-year payment? It wasn't double. Some people assume that it would double, right, to get to a 15-year payment because you're paying it in half the time. So when you got that $966.77, a lot of people are like, oh, if I'm guessing what my payment would be for 30 years, it's going to be twice that, right? So probably like $1,900. But notice that it's not. It's less than $1,500. So if you are considering, you know, buying a house in the future, really look at that 15-year option, because 30 years is a long time, right? So look at that 15-year option. And then when you look at part D, do you notice that you pay $145,537.20 in interest on the 30-year loan, and you notice you pay less than half of that for the 15-year loan, right? You only pay $67,116.60. Okay. And this interest rate of 4% is not outrageously low or high, right? It's probably what somebody could get right now, right? Not with the best credit, but with decent credit. Yeah, so Olivia calculated the difference between these two, and you're paying $78,000 more in interest over that other 15 years. Any questions about this problem? All right. So I'll share my shirt. Does anyone have a shirt to share? No, it's just me again. That's okay. All right, so here's my shirt. Anyone know why I might wear this shirt today?
May 4th, May the 4th.
Yeah, Valerie, may the 4th be with you, right? So who would make a Hawaiian stormtrooper helmet? No one knows. And the better question is, why would I own this shirt? It's okay. I had several Star Wars shirts to choose from. Anybody else have Star Wars shirts? Not on, but do you own them? Nobody own. Oh, thanks, AJ. I'm like, I'm the only one. Yeah, I had several to choose from. Anyone a Star Wars fan? Thanks, AJ and Valerie. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are big Amazon people, but I love Amazon. And does anyone know about the Amazon treasure truck? Haha, okay, Amazon treasure truck. You can sign up to follow them. They used to have an actual truck that drove around town, right? Because we're a Amazon distribution city. So, and it would be one item and it's just random. They would text it to you if you follow them, and then you could buy it, and the treasure truck would move to different locations in the valley, and you had like a time window to go to that location and pick it up. Super fun, right? And it's discounted, whatever. So, but then when COVID hit, they didn't want people coming to the treasure truck, right? But they still did like the treasure truck text, and they would send you a text, and then you could just order it and they deliver it to your house. That's even better, right? So the whole reason behind this story, besides I love Amazon, is I just got a treasure truck text right before this that was celebrate May the 4th with a Lego Star Wars, The Mandalorian Razor Crest set. I don't know if anybody likes Legos, but my kids love Legos. It's still, even though they're kind of old. And so I looked at it and I was like, oh, maybe I'll buy one of them a Lego set. It was $109. I'm not buying that Lego set. I mean, that's not terrible for a Lego set, but I'm not buying that today. So anyway, just in case you are interested in following the Amazon treasure truck, you can get lots of good deals. I don't buy a lot of them, but sometimes I just feel fun getting the email, right? Okay. So I do want to go over one problem from our handout from yesterday. Okay. So yesterday's handout, number 6 was Emily bought a car for $24,000 3 years ago. She financed the car and the loan had a 5-year term at a 3% interest rate, and her monthly payment is $431.25. So, because you have a problem like this in more, and I want to make sure you know how to do that one. Okay. So when you do this problem, I'm trying to find where my slides are on here. There we go. Okay. So truthfully, I've done it for so long with the TVM solver that I can't even remember how to do it with the formulas. I could figure it out, but I don't want to right now. So the TVM, and I don't think I have any of these on your test. So it's really just to get through the more assignment. And there is a video attached to it using the TVM solver. So the question is, how much does she owe on the car after 3 years? Okay. So how you do that is you use the TVM solver and you plug in some things you know. Now, the difference is, do you notice how it says 3 years ago? So when it says 3 years ago on your TVM solver, normally we would say, oh, she has a 5-year loan. So that 5-year loan, I would do 12 times 5, which would be 60 months. But she's only paid for 3 years. So 3 years at 12 months in a year, she's only made 36 payments. So for capital N, I put in 36. I still put in 3 for I. Present value, I put in that original $24,000 that she owed. I put in the payment as negative $431.25. And then I solved for future value, because that would tell me how much she owes now after 36 months. Does that make sense? So I solved for future value, and for PY and CY, I put in 12. So if you do that on your TVM solver and you solve for FV, type in the chat what you get after you do that. Because that's how much she still owes after 3 years. Shouldn't be that much. Should be less than 24,000, right? Because it was only 24,000 to start with. How much did she owe after that? There you go. Good job, Amanda. Good job, Yesenia. That's not what I got, Olivia. Are you putting in payment as negative? That might be part of the problem. I don't know. I'm checking right now. There you go, Valerie, Amanda. So you should get $10,033.37. Okay. Now, for the second part of the question, then, this is an interesting question that a lot of you might care about. If the car is worth $15,000 right now, how much equity does she have in the car? How would you find that out? And do you guys understand what equity means? She could be upside down in the car, right? She could owe more than the car is worth. Very common, right? But she doesn't. She owes only $10,033.37, and the car is worth $15,000. So she has some built up equity in there. Okay. In other words, if she could sell that car for $15,000 and pay off her loan that she owes $10,033.37, how much money would she have left over? How would you figure that out? No one knows.
She'd have almost $5,000 left over, right? So 4,000.
Yeah, how would you do that, Yesenia?
I just did 15,000 take away 10,033 and 37 cents.
Perfect. Yeah, she has almost $5,000, right? That's nice. Wouldn't you like to pocket $5,000? Now, I don't know what she's going to do if she doesn't have the car. Maybe she'd have to buy a new car, or maybe she's moving to a city that has great public transportation and she doesn't need a car. That'd be nice. Okay, so that's how you do that problem when you get stuck on it and more. And there's a video attached so you could watch it. Don't forget to round up when we're doing payments. We're still doing our loan formulas. Here's your new handout for today. There's not a lot of examples on it, but there's some important examples on it. So that's what I want to go over with you now. So when you purchase a house, they make you sign a gazillion papers, right? Yesenia can attest to that. They make you sign a gazillion papers, right? So when you do that, oh, sorry, this had the warm-up problem on it. I forgot about that. So, but they make what's called an amortization table. And an amortization table shows you how much you owe each month and how your loan is going down. They're kind of depressing. Amortization tables can be very depressing, and you get them in your loan docs that are like this fat, right? So we need to understand what's really happening on an amortization table, or how to figure out how much we still owe. So you've purchased a home using a $165,000 mortgage at an interest rate of 9% for 20 years. Now, some of you are like, 9%? Who are these people? Seriously, probably 30 years ago, 9% was not unheard of, right? A 9% interest rate was not terrible. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was what the interest rates were, like when I was growing up. Okay, the interest rates we have right now are beyond belief low, just so you know. Okay, so your monthly payment is $1,484.55. We're going to complete this table. Okay, so the prior principal, well, at the very start, our principal is going to be that $165,000. Okay, it's going to change after that, but you're going to see how slowly it changes. Okay, so now, do you see this column that says monthly payment? This will always be the same, right? Because they make your monthly payment a regular amount, like a constant amount. So we're going to write $1,484.55. And we could write it in all of these boxes. And just so you know, there is an amortization table on your finance quiz. And I think I make you only do 2 months instead of 3. But just know you'll have to fill in all these boxes. So you could put a little star by this and say on test. Okay. Okay. So when we do our interest on our prior principal, what we do is we have to multiply that $165,000 times that 9%. But that 9% is for the whole year, right? And we're only doing 1 month. So we're going to multiply that by 1/12 because it's only 1 month. That's where the 12 comes from, 1/12. So we're multiplying our principal times our rate times our time, 1/12 of a year. Yeah, that makes sense? Okay, so when you multiply that, and make sure you do it correctly on your calculator, you should get $1,237.50. Check that on your calculator and make sure you're getting that, and ask me if you're not. Is everybody okay with that $1,237.50? Yesenia is good with it. Anyone else get it on their calculator? All right, Ashley's fine. Olivia's fine. Amanda's fine. Good. Okay, so now, good job, Malachi. Thanks. Now here's the part you might not like. Do you see this is the interest you're being charged, right? That's the interest you're being charged to have that house. So how you figure out your ending principal is you take that $165,000, you add that new interest they just charged you, $1,237.50, and then you made a payment. So your payment is minus $1,484.55. So a lot of people think their entire payment goes to principal. It's not how it works because you're being charged interest this whole time. So after you pay 1 month, you owe $164,752.95. So only a little part of your payment went towards principal, right? Only $247.05 went towards your principal, even though you paid them $1,484.55. Yikes. Does everybody follow the logic for that? Okay, so now what happens is you take this number and you move it here to month 2, because that's how much you owe in month 2. So in month 2, you start with $164,752.95. You do the exact same calculation just now with this new number. So you multiply it by that 9% times 1/12, and then you'll do that same thing. Okay, so fill in the rest of the table using that same process. And in about, I don't know, 3 minutes, I'll show you and you can compare your table to this table. Okay, if you're done before that, you can start on the next problem. I bet you'll have a good idea how to do it. You can just start it and read through it, and then we'll go over it in just a second. So I'll give you about 3 minutes. When you're finished, type in the chat anything you know about Star Wars. And if you know nothing, you can type that if you want. Okay, but wait till you're done with the table. All right, are some of you, I know some of you are done. Are others of you close? Nice, Olivia. That's so fun. I love how you're like, I don't know anything about it, but my sister is a huge fan. So that's so funny. Have you even seen all the movies, Olivia? Oh my gosh. I could watch them right now. Like that's how much I like them. Yeah. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure I like all of them, even the bad ones. It's true. Okay. So I'm going to show you the table and tell me if you got the same answers. So the ones you're really looking at are this one. Did you get $1,235.65? So notice that you're getting charged a little bit less in interest, right? Because your principal is a little bit lower. And then your principal balance went down, not by a whole lot, but it did go down. And then you moved this number to this slot, and then you did it all again. And notice your interest went down a little bit, right? So now after 3 months, you only owe $164,253.28. Amortization tables are very depressing if you get it from your new house and you start looking at it. So, but it's nice. We obviously didn't do the whole thing. And when they give you your loan documents, they literally give it to you for all 30 years. Yeah, for all 30 years. They give you every single month. It's insane. Yeah. And what's nice is you could just have a computer do this for you, right? Like Excel, you could have it do those formulas for you. Okay, so there is one of these on your finance test. Now, just a couple things. First of all, I should have worn my hair in buns like Princess Leia. Didn't think of it. I'm not sure how I would get it to stay that way. I might try it. We'll see before the next class. Don't think it will happen. It'll probably give me a terrible headache. The second thing is Star Wars Lego sets are the best. We have so many. I would love to build them all right now. My kids had friends who just kept theirs on display. That's not how our Legos are. Our Legos are for playing, not for displaying. So we build it and it looks awesome. We take a picture and then we play with it and we put all the pieces with different things. So we build new things. So yeah, it's obnoxious. Um, and Valerie gave me some interesting things here. Um, your uncle played Darth Vader and translated in Navajo so Navajo people could understand. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I love that. So that's I never would have even thought of it, right? So that is an awesome thing that happened. That's you should tell your uncle. Is your uncle still around?
Yeah, it was my uncle who played Darth Vader, and then I have another uncle. He played Chewbacca. So they couldn't like some elderlies, they can't really watch English movies, so they ended up getting together with some people who work with Star Wars, and they ended up translating the English language into Navajo so the elderlies can enjoy watching movies like Star Wars. And they also did one in Nemo, but I think they had somebody else do that one. So there's Nemo and there's Star Wars that are in Navajo. I think
That is so cool. How can they watch them, Valerie? How can you access it? Do you know?
um they sell the movies on like in Window Rock, Arizona, in the
Yeah.
and you can purchase one over there, but online I'm not sure. I heard you can watch English or the Navajo version on Disney Plus. I'm not sure. I haven't like looked into it, but that was like a surprise for me when he told me like he's gonna be in a movie, and I was like, "What movie?" And he's like, "Star Wars." I was like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you." And then he's like, "I'm gonna play Darth Vader," and he can't speak English, so he was like talking in Navajo. So I was like,
Yeah,
I
I
was
think I
like,
have that Nemo copy.
"Oh, you have the Nemo copy?"
Yeah, it was for one of my grandparents.
Yeah, I wanna watch the Nemo version. I haven't watched it. I seen parts of it, but
That
yeah.
is so awesome. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. So my sister works for Johns Hopkins, and she works on the reservation all the time. She was just in Chinle last week. So she goes to Chinle probably almost weekly. So that's cool. I love that story. Thank you so much for sharing, Valerie. And AJ, I can't believe you have the Nemo one. That's so cool. All right. So on this next part, the next question is the cost of a home you want to purchase is $300,000. To qualify for a mortgage, your lender wants a 20% down payment. And that could happen, right, Yesenia? They might tell you you have to have a 20% down payment. And then your interest rate is going to be 4% for 20 years, and you have to pay 3 points. Now, 3 points, this is the new part in this problem. And I don't have any point problems on the test, but I know you have them in your finance homework. And the other thing is, it's just important for you to understand what they mean when they say pay points. Have you ever heard of that? And then you're like, yeah, don't know what that means. Okay, so what they're talking about is they're talking about your percentage, right? So they're trying to get your interest rate down. Okay, so that's the idea. So first, let's do just part A. How much do you need for the down payment? If your home costs $300,000 and you have to put down 20%, get it ready in the chat what the down payment would be. Just part A, what is your down payment? All right. So a couple people sent it to me. Does everybody else have it ready in the chat? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. There you go. $60,000. So what you did was you took 300,000 and you multiplied it by 0.2, or you found 20% somehow. Some of you might have found 10% and then just doubled it. That's what I usually do, because 10% just takes off a zero. So 10% of $300,000 is 30,000. And then I go, oh, if I want 20%, I'm just going to double it to 60,000. So we all do it differently, but as long as you're getting 60,000. Okay. So now for the next part, it says, okay, how much will your mortgage be? So that's how much is your loan. Now, how much is your loan? If the house, sorry, a car costs $300,000, that would be excessive. If your house costs $300,000, but you put down 20%, how much is your loan for? Anyone know what you would need to do? There you go, Yesenia, perfect. $240,000. So don't forget to do that, right? You take off your down payment because you already paid that part. So now we need to do this third part. This is the part that's new. It says, how much will you have to pay for the points? Well, how you calculate how much you pay for points? Points are, cost of points is points over 100. So notice, like if we're paying for 3 points, we would do 3 over 100 times the loan amount. So we would do 3 over 100 times that 240,000. Don't do it times 300,000. Make sure you do the 240,000. And so that's additional money you have to pay out of your pocket to start to get your interest rate down to where you want it to be. Okay. So yeah, it should be $7,200. So you can see how it's very worthwhile if you want a better interest rate to pay for a point or maybe half a point, right? 3 points seems a little excessive. But Yesenia, do you have people buying points still or no? Because the interest rates are so low right now.
I've honestly never seen the points, but I learned about it in real estate school, so I know it a little bit.
It'll come back, Yesenia, unfortunately. Once interest rates go back up, you know, so once interest rates climb to, I would say 4 or even 4.5, people can buy points to get down to that 3% that they were looking for. Yeah. Okay. And remember, I don't have this on your test. I just think for financial literacy, it's important for you to understand what points mean in case you're ever in a situation where you would want to compare interest rates, right? Is it worth it to me to put out money now to save money in the future, right? On interest, because that's what you're doing. You're lowering your interest rate. Okay. Okay. So now we have to figure out our monthly payment. So for your monthly payment, you can use the formula or you can use the TVM solver. So you notice that you're doing 20 years at 4%, and your loan, what your loan amount really is $240,000. So calculate your monthly payment and get it ready in the chat. That's okay. Don't worry about it, Valerie. Okay, well, and you got the same answer as Aaron. Did everybody get $1,454 and you put 36 cents, right? Even though it was 352, you still put 36 because this is a loan payment. Yeah? Okay. All right. So now it says, okay, by the end of the loan, what will be the total of all your payments? So you paid $1,454.36, and you did that for 20 years. How much did you actually pay for this house? Everybody know how to do that? You take your payments. Very nice, Amanda. So you take your payments by how many payments you made. So you made a payment every month for 20 years. So you paid $349,046.40 for a house that was supposed to cost you $240,000, right? Now, mind you, you actually paid more for the house than that, right? That was just your payment. What other money did you put there? You also had your down payment, right? So don't forget about that. And your points you paid. So you paid more for that. But for this last question, it just asks what's the total interest you paid. So for the total interest you paid, you will take all your payments and subtract off your mortgage. So how much did you pay in interest? Did you get $109,046.40 in interest? It's a pretty penny, right? You're like, I paid $100,000 in interest. Yeah, crazy, crazy. Okay, so those are all the examples I want to go through. You're going to need practice with amortization tables and all of those things, but the other thing you need practice with is presenting. Yeah, so I'm going to give you a worksheet right now. And on that worksheet, I am going to assign you a problem, okay? And I'm going to assign your team a problem. How's that? And so here's the worksheet. And your team is going to be assigned a problem. Just solve that one. If you have extra time, solve more. But, and then we will go through, we will have you present. Some of them are shorter than others. We're only going to be able to do the first 4 since we don't have very many people here today. I just figured it'd be nice if you were with someone instead of presenting all by yourself. So decide how you're going to present. You can have one person read the problem, the other person explain the mathematics. You can share a whiteboard. You can share a document, share your screen, whatever you want to do. Okay. So team 1 is Ashley and Malachi. Okay. So you're going to do problem number 1. Team 2 is Aaron and AJ. Okay. Team 3 is Angelina and Valerie. And then team 4, let me make sure, I need to look at that problem because I had to adjust everything. 4. Yeah, 4 is, well, 4 is kind of short, but that's okay. Let's make team 4 do, let's just do number 4. And then if you want to work on the other ones, you totally can. Okay. So I'm going to give you about, I don't know, 10 minutes to work, and then we'll start presenting them. Okay. So does everybody know which problem they're doing? Amanda, Olivia, and Yesenia are doing problem 4. Okay. Problem 4. And there's 3 of you in there. I mean, if anybody wants to work alone, I could give you problem 5, but that just seemed excessive. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to put you in your rooms. Call me in for help or to verify your answer, and then we'll present. And it's okay if you're wrong. We're just going to practice sharing our screen, talking to each other, explaining mathematics. Okay. All right. Everybody got the doc? Okay. Hello. So we're just waiting for our last 2 to come out of the breakout room, or Ashley got kicked out. So now she's back. So, and Malachi will be back in 5 seconds. So we'll start with problem 1. So you guys all have your documents so you can write down the information or just see if you would get the same answer. So we're going to start with room 1, team 1, which is Malachi and Ashley. So go ahead. Everybody else will be a great audience and ask questions if they need it. Malachi and Ashley, you're up.
Okay, so you just want me to share my screen then?
Sure.
Okay, well, 1 second, because I have like a bunch of tabs open. There we go. Okay. And then share. I think it's this one. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so we did it different ways. So Malachi uses the formula, and then I use the TMV solver? Is that what it's
TVM,
called?
but that's okay. Yep.
TVM, yeah.
TVM.
Okay, so I put 300 for N, and I got that by multiplying 25 by 12, and then I put the interest rate of 8, and I put the 1500 for PMT and 0 for FV, and I solved for PV and got that 194,346 and 78 cents.
Do you want me to explain my way?
Yep.
So I used the formula, and the formula was it was the like on the formula sheet, it's like the bottom left one with the PMT. It's P equals PMT, and then blah blah. So I just I took that 1500, and then I did all those math calculations, and got the 194,346.78 cents. And for part B, we just took the amount, like the monthly payment, and just multiplied it by 12 because it was per month, and then she did it for 25 years, and so we got $450,000. And then to find the interest, you took the answer we got from part B, which is the 450,000, and then subtracted it from the 194,346 and 78, and then we got an answer of 255,653 and 22 cents for the interest.
Very nice. So first of all, good job. I love how one person, showed TVM and the other person showed a formula. So very nice. When you present your final project, make sure you tell us what the question is to start, right? So make sure you tell us the question so we know what we're following. And do you notice this? You've spent $450,000 for this house, even though your mortgage was only $194,000. So good job. Any questions for this group? And Valerie gave her hands clapping. That's a great audience member. So good job, Valerie. Okay, so good job, Malachi and Ashley. Excellent. Room 2 is Aaron and AJ, but did AJ disappear? Hold on, AJ has disappeared. Aaron, I don't want you to have to go without AJ. So let's go to room 3, Angelina and Valerie.
Okay, for number 3, how much is the loan amount going to be? Oh, wait, hold on. So for problem A, how to find the answer was we 200,000 and we times it by 10%. And so it came out to be 20,000, and we brought that 20,000 and subtracted with the 200,000, and that will equal out to 180,000, and that's how we got the problem.
Okay, and then for B, we just put it into the calculator, and so for N we did 360, which was 12 times 30, and then 5 was the 5%, and then 180,000, which we got from A, and then we got $966.28, and then for C we just did the same thing except we put 6 as the percent, and we got 1,079.20.
Nice. So that's when you can compare, should I pay a point and get a 5% interest rate over a 6% interest rate? Can I still afford $1,079.20? And then you could calculate how much that would save you in interest, right? So yeah, so that's a good thing to be able to do. Now, I'm not going to have time to do Aaron and AJ's not here anyway, and Amanda and Yesenia and Olivia. So you'll present first thing tomorrow. Okay, so first thing tomorrow, you'll go over that. If you want to do the rest of the problems for practice, that's a great idea. It'll help you. I also have the key in my slides that you can check that I'll post right after class. So what I want to do right now is share my screen and give you your exit ticket. Now, the reason I wanted you to practice presenting is I don't want your final exam to be the last time you presented. We presented early on in class, and then we kind of fell off that track. So I want to make sure we get back on that so you know how to present for the final. It doesn't seem as new to you, okay? So here's the exit ticket in the chat. You have PF9 more practice that's due tonight. Your info on taking your finance test is also due tonight. And then don't forget about your vehicle project. Also, please, please, please start doing your finance review, because we're going to start doing that tomorrow. And I want to make sure you are on top of that. Okay. All right. Good job. Do that exit ticket. I look forward to the last two presentations tomorrow. And otherwise, I'll see you then. Good job today. Did I put the wrong? Oh, no. Okay. I was like, did I put the wrong exit ticket? But I did not. I see somebody's responded now. Ashley, somehow, I think maybe you had a typo, Ashley. Look at yours.
Yeah, I think I put the one of the numbers in the wrong slot.
Yeah, because everything else is right. You're just missing a 1 at the beginning of your number.
Yeah.
So, okay. Olivia, do you know what you did wrong?
No, I'm trying to figure that out right now. I'm
Okay.
sure.
Let me look too. You want to buy a home? Oh, I wonder if you, since yours was higher, did you take the 20% off? Did you
Yeah,
take off the down payment?
I did. I got, so for 20%, wouldn't it be 100,000?
Yep.
So,
And so then you only did 400,000, right?
right, and I put 400,000 in present value.
Yeah.
And then
You put your interest rate as 3?
yeah, and I got, maybe I was wrong on my N. I got, oh, I know what I did.
Okay. It's usually something you figure out right after.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you figured it out. My dogs are very happy too. All right, have a good day. You can fix it too if you want. Doesn't matter. AJ, we're gonna finish those presentations tomorrow. So you and Aaron will go tomorrow, okay?
I missed it. You put the exit ticket in the chat.
There you go. I just put it in for you.
All right, thank you.
I got it right this time. I accidentally put 350 instead of 360 as N the first time.
It was a strange amount that you got, so I was like, something's off, but
Yeah.
not by a ton. Yeah. Okay, good. Glad you caught it.
Thank you. Bye.
I'll get this done later. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, AJ.
Bye.
Good job, Valerie. See you tomorrow.